Hi, I'm Jon Townsend, founder of the Institute of Coffee, and I'm here working with Sanremo to help you understand more about the Opera coffee machine and pressure profiling. I've been lucky enough to be able to make many shots on this machine, and today I'm going to show you how, by changing your bar of pressure, we can influence the flavour in your cup. For the first 6 shots that we're going to be making using 2 different coffees, so one coffee 3 shots and the other coffee another 3 shots, we're going to be including our controlled delivery system, and the first part of that is our pre-infusion. So on these shots we're going to have pre-infusion and our main infusion after that. So while I'm making these, I'm going to then talk to you afterwards about the flavour differences. Now, what's incredible about using the controlled delivery system is not only do we have the Opera, but we also have the X1 next to me as well. So we're going to be pairing our recipes that we have, our 2 different coffees in these hoppers, and we're going to be using that with the 6 shots that we'll be using for the pre-infusion. And then once we've understand the flavour difference of that, we're then going to move on to talking about post-infusion, which is a patented infusion not used by any other company other than Sanremo. So very exciting. So you might be thinking, how can I even make 6 profiles using this machine? Well, it's pretty simple. We have a lever on the top which you can push back and pull forward, and then we have these 3 buttons followed down here, 1, 2 and 3, allowing us to have 6 different recipes. Now you can see on the panel here that we have 3 sections of it. One is our pre-infusion, one is our main infusion, and the third is our post-infusion. So while I make the shots, you're going to be able to witness this panel moving along with our extraction. So now we've had time making our first pre-infusion using that controlled delivery system, I'm now going to use the same coffee and use the 6 recipes to change it to using the post-infusion as well as the pre-infusion. So we're going to be incorporating all of it together and seeing those subtle differences that we can make by adjusting that pressure. Now on here, when we look at the top button, you can see that when this one's selected, we'll be using 9 bars of pressure. When we move to the middle button here, that's highlighted, we'll be using 8 bars. And you guessed it, this one, 7 bars. So in front of me right now, I've got 3 shots that I've just made up, including our 9, 8 and 7 bar shots. So I've just had a lot of espresso and I've delved into understanding a bit more about the flavour of each of these. So with our 9 bar, that's our real sort of commercial standard setting that you'd get on most espresso machine. And it's very good, actually. It has quite a nice profile. There is some fruitiness to it, but I knew that I could definitely stretch it out and get a little bit more of that acidity in the cup. So when I dropped down to 8 bars, that acidity actually became a little bit more pronounced and allowed actually more sweetness in. So on reflection of actually trying these 3, the 8 bar was my favourite. And what I found with the 7 bar was it might have been down to actually the pressure profiling on it, but it just didn't give me as much out of the coffee that I was expecting or what I was used to with this coffee. It is a thermic natural, so it's heavily fermented and has a lot of funkiness, but that's the fun thing with coffee.